Opa Gundam style, everybody. Welcome back to Wow Cool Robot, a podcast about Gundam, the media property, the franchise we all know and love. I'm Max, I use he, him pronouns, and with me today is...
I'm Phoenix, I use they, them pronoun.
It's G-Witch time, no more breaks, except for in 3 weeks, when we will have a break for several months.
Please don't talk about it I don't want to pretend, I do not want to know that this is going to be over so soon.
Well, half over. It's in 2 Coors.
Yeah.
2 Coors Lights. But I think they said that the split would be at 12. So I guess we'll do like a shorter episode for just that 12th episode. But hey, until then, we're still chilling. We're still figuring this shit out. Because who the fuck knows what's gonna happen then? Because things are progressing, and I feel like we're running out of things to do in the school. But it's been a good Gundam week. I like the episodes. I've been liking build. Haven't built any kits yet because I'm still waiting on the bunch of those G-Witch kits to come in. And now,
It's been such a pain to get them. We saw just how they were selling out in Japan. That was just crazy. It was
hotcakes.
yeah,
Makes sense.
technically either hotcakes or those weird potato chips.
Hot chip. Gundam sells like hot chips and lie. Now that I've seen these episodes, I'm like, fuck, I should have ordered a Michaelis. Oh, god damn it. I think he has a nice big claw, and I think Shaddiq Zanelli is very cool.
I actually recently did. I ended up having to drive all the way to Maryland to do this, but I did end up actually going to a hobby store,
Ooh.
and I did get a little something for myself since it's been forever. The last time I built a kit was all the way in October, so yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, the last kit I built was the Shenlong, and that, I also have a Sandrock and a Heavy Arms that I got for my birthday, and I saw that, they have the wing there, and it's all I need to do is find a Death Scythe, and that has been much harder. That has been a lot harder than what I would think it would be, because every single place that I've seen selling Gunpla, the Death Scythe has been always sold out.
Yeah, it's popular, that little edgelord, huh?
Yeah, I know that Duo is even his pilot's popular, but I would not expect it to be literally can't find it for months. But yeah, then I'll have 4 of the boys accounted for. I do have the Live Lance, so that's kind of a Death Scythe.
It's Death Scythe-esque.
I want the original flavor guy.
Right, yeah, you gotta.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta put the team together.
Yeah, I want all of the boys, and then after I'm done with just getting all the wing boys, after that would be having to track down a Virtue, because then I want to do all of Celestial Being too, and I want to have all those boys as well.
It just don't stop.
Yeah, but
that train is loud today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I managed to go and get I finally managed to get a Gunpla, probably for the first time since we've started recording this podcast, and the drought is finally over for me.
Yay! And the drought is over for G-Witch discussion, because I say we get into this episode, this first one.
Okay, hang on, just let me get a drink first. It's been really dry over here, so even though I'm not sick, it's it's still just so hard on my throat and nose.
Oh yeah, I've been in fucking nosebleed city over here. We love dry weather, don't we?
Yeah, it's I need to go and find. Maybe I should have spent my Gunpla money on getting a humidifier, but Anyway, um, here is Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, episode 8. Now that Miorine has founded Gundarm Inc., she needs a base of operations. She chooses Earth House, roping in everybody there to help her start up her company, with pay, of course. At first, she plans to make money by selling gun-based military hardware, but everyone in Earth House does not like that plan. So she goes digging to find out what Gun's ideal vision truly was. What she finds is an old video by Dr. Cardo Navo. Hello, Cyberpunk Grandma, I'm so happy to see you again. Of the Vanitas Institute showcasing medical gun format advancements. Everyone likes this idea much better, so they go forward with forming the company around this mission statement. But as their application is sent to the school, it is altered since the safety of gun format can't be verified, leaving Shiddin, the one who was supposed to seize the Gundams from the company.
Yeah, it's hey, lest you forget, we're at Gundam Business School and we're gonna do some business, goddammit.
Yeah, like I wasn't really expecting OSHA there to be a whole world of OSHA violations in this show. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I get it's less OSHA, more. I don't know what the equivalent of the regulatory board would be here, but
I don't know either. I'm not like
we're not business students here. Let's see. What is the first? I guess the first big thing to kind of discuss with this episode is like the whole thing with Miorine finding out what Gund actually is, like the origins of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess really just the payoff of having watched the prologue.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that we got to see Cyberpunk Grandma again.
Yeah, Cardo Nabo's here, only in video form, but she's still here. I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued to find out like what happened. What happened? Because they find this video. This video's clearly been like, I mean, it's decently available, but like Miorine, we saw her. She stayed up all night digging, looking around for, what the hell Gund is, because I mean, I'm assuming that people who are listening to this episode have watched the anime episodes, because we kind of just do freeform discussion for these ones now. But what spurred this on was Miorine saying, "Hey, let's just sell weapons," and everyone's like, "Oh, that's not a good idea." And Mirine's like, "All right, fuck you guys, I'll find out a better reason." So she finds what the gun format actually is, and the thing that interests me more than I think anything else in this episode, Suletta does not know who Cardo Nabo is.
She doesn't remember her grandma.
Or she never met her because she wasn't born yet.
This thing again.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. Because if this really is, I don't know if Eleanor, I don't know if Eleanor looks 21 years older than she did in the prologue. I mean, like, assuming Ares 4 in the prologue. Like, if we're assuming Eleanor is fucking 25 in the prologue, I don't know. She was, like, then that means she would be 46. I mean, I guess she looks good 46. Then again, there's the gun format. Shit, I'm so intrigued to find out what the timeline of this is.
Yeah. Certainly she's held up better than Mr. Rembrandt.
Delling, I mean, he's like kind of spurred on by hatred, so I get it a little bit.
Yeah. I guess it's like, I'm just surprised that she was just able to find it so easily, but then again, I guess it's just like, maybe she just found it just stashed around in the library, like right next to the Silver Raven Wolf books. And yes, that is that author's actual name. And yes, I did actually read that when I did first go through my witchy phase. But like, if you're going through like witchy stuff, like, do not read her. She's bad.
Hmm.
And
Well,
yes,
I don't think. Hmm?
never. But like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think Cardo Nabo's terribly disgraced in the context
yeah,
of the show.
yeah. Or like even in that video, but like,
Yeah, she seems fine. It's like this very much Gund is the future medical technologies, and everyone seems like genuinely amazed. So clearly, the Gund research was really only limited to Vanadis, and it just never really got out. Like, you have people like Elnora walking around with a robotic arm, but evidently suppressing Gund as like the weapons of war led to suppressing the medical technology to better humanity as well.
it did that.
It
Um,
did that.
yeah, yeah. And now it's like, what was I going? I am like even just a little bit more disorganized this week, so like bear with me. But like if we're going to be like talking about stuff and like hopefully like my memory will be jogged while we go um through this, but like when they were all getting like set up like their company pitch, it was like there was like they were making like Suletta do like those TikTok dances.
Yeah, she hits Ariel hits the gritty in the video. It's fucking great. Um I understand that they're like a student startup, but it seems quite infantile to do this silly little skit and dance thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like like they're doing TikTok dances for their Gundams. Like, just imagine like trying to get like the kids in Tekkadan to do that.
Oh my god, that would kick ass. I want to hear the TikTok like computer voice synthesizer, like you know that TikTok voice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, today I unleashed my permit, and all of the children's souls inside me took part in battle. Shit like that.
I was going to more and like say like just imagine trying to get Mika to do the renegade.
He wouldn't be involved. It would be like Shino and Ride would be like
Yeah,
the
it's
two main
like
Tekadon TikTok
I was
boys.
thinking like Orga gets like this big idea to try to like, hey, like let's try. Like he is sort of like the boy boss at Tekkadan, and it's like him just getting this idea that in order for us like, hey, let's all in order to get popular, let's go on this little space TikTok app. And now I'm just imagining him trying to get Mika to do the renegade or even to just like floss or do the dab. I'm not really up on my TikTok dances.
Yeah.
Like maybe he would do the Wednesday dance depending on how angsty he's feeling, but I don't really think he would go that way when he's getting angsty, but it's like now I'm
Suletta did.
yeah.
She would do all this
Yeah.
shit, and she did.
She
She
did.
did her dance so good. I like that.
Never mind, but go ahead.
I like that in the video you can see Geeko, the goat, like walking in front of Ariel. So it just makes Suletta look like a fucking giant instead of Ariel look normal sized. It rules.
She does have it's like very much like those little videos that my cousins used to do when they were like kids, and this would have been back in like the 2000s, so like they didn't really have like access to all like the crazy technology that they would have that people like on TikTok have now, but they certainly would get really ambitious with their little home movies that they would do.
Oh yeah, I did that when I was a kid too. I get it. Didn't have a Gundam. Very sad about that. So Suletta's got one up on me. Gosh, what else happens here? Oh, okay. Here's something. So going back to the talk of Gund, I mean, like I feel there's certainly more to unpack about Gund itself, but we haven't seen them actually like start to develop things. So that's putting a pin in that for later.
Yeah.
At one point when Miorine is trying to figure out like what Gund is, she talks to Belmaria Winston because I guess she's like one of her employees now that they rolled together Shinsei and Pale into this one company. So she talks to Belle and talks about Gund's ideals and talks about witches. And she's like, well, don't call me a witch. Don't call them witches. I'm not exactly a witch. We were just imitating Gund's ideals and the Venadis Institute. So I don't know. It's interesting to me.
I don't know either. It's like, this is completely new information for me. Like, there's a whole bunch more to this that, like, well, hopefully we'll finally get a payoff. It just kind of seems like all of the stuff that's been going on with G-Witch, it's just like everything is build up and build up and build up, and it's like, we're going to have to get a payoff, right? We only have, like, 3 episodes left in this core.
Mm-hmm. I think what interests me is this kind of goes hand with several episodes ago when we first see Prosper talk to Belmaria about being witches. So I don't know if Prosper was using that term to taunt Belmaria, knowing that she doesn't want to be considered a witch and doesn't want that term to be used in the first place. The show hasn't told us what that term is. Clearly, witch has something to do with the development of Gundams, but like, I'm really curious to know what the origin of that term in universe is.
Yeah, because it's like, it certainly has nothing to do with like Eye of Newt or Toe of Frog or yeah.
Double Zeta Toil and Trouble,
I mean, maybe it's just like what happens when like there's people who are like pay for like whatever the people who do like paint their Gundams do. Like, I have no idea how they manage that. I would just be too freaked out to like mess stuff up.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like the same thing is with panel lighting. You just want to start with like a cheap, less nice kit. So you can, if you make mistakes, you made mistakes on something that like you spent less money on.
Yeah. I mean, like most panel liners, if you're like using the marker, you can just erase it, like with a regular.
You can kind of smear it off.
Yeah. It's like, it adds character, dimension.
Yeah. Let's see. There is another plot too. So this is what okay. We've seen how Gwell deals with his problems by just kind of like running at them head first, brute force, until he inevitably fucks up and gets in trouble. We've seen how Elon deals with his problems, which is like sending clones of himself and just kind of like operating very cagey, close to the chest. And I like that Shaddiq is his own variety of these. Like, it's something new where he kind of is like he wants to do the business side of it. He doesn't care as much for duels as we see later in the next episode. But like a lot of what he does in this episode is just like basically industrial espionage in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to take things over using like, it's easier to take things over using the laws of the system that you already exist within than to like have to go out of your way.
And it's like, I also think that like Shaddiq doesn't really get like what kind of school this is. It's like, this is like dual school. Like, why are you not dueling? Like, stop being a nerd. Stop being like a really weirdly buff nerd.
I mean, it's worked for him so far, to be sure. And like, here's the thing. We know that he's good at piloting and he has a bunch of really good pilots with him. But like, I feel like a lot of his thing is like, if you do all of this business shit, you don't have to get your hands dirty. But as we see him throughout this episode, he talks with Grassley, his dad, and it's like, Grassley's like, yeah, I'm sending you some mobile suits. You know what to do. So he's kind of tasked with seizing Ariel, and I guess by extension Farract, because like Grassley more so clearly Jaturk is angry about this, but hasn't done anything. So I guess it's like Grassley's kind of turn in the show to try and do something about the Gundams. But Grassley's just like, yeah, straight up like alter the application and just like take them. Like, you don't even need to fight in the first place, but here's a bunch of cool shit if you do need to fight. So he's like definitely the most, I think, prepared out of the three branches to do these kind of like espionage and takeover stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I want to know what his angle in all of this is. I guess I want to know what everyone's angle in all of this is. The Pale CEOs, especially, because they're just like a bunch of strange women who clearly have a ton of shit planned at any given time. But I feel like Jaturk is just like such a normal ass businessman. Like, you could just plop him in modern day Wall Street, he'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
He'd figure it out.
Yeah.
But Grassley is like, I don't know. He gives me vibes of like someone who is very like better at this than the other ones are. And then of course Delling, who the fuck can even Delling? We don't even see Delling in these two episodes.
Yeah, good riddance.
We see like him from the prologue, and that's it. Like he doesn't matter.
Yeah,
here.
it's like yeah, when he was like, yeah, like bye bye Gundams, no more, bye.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing I remembered to discuss. There is that scene where Suletta and Mirin go to talk with Prospera. To talk with, hey, can you tell us about the robot? And Prospera, she just like sends data to Mirin's phone, no problem. And Suletta asks her, hey, why didn't you tell me that this was a Gundam? Why did you lie to me? And then she just pops her arm off again. She loves doing this shit. She loves taking her arm off and wiggling it around.
I wonder if she's ever like popped it off to use it just as a back scratcher.
Oh shit, that would be so good.
Just like she just pops it off to use it as a back scratcher to get like really intense like mercury grade sunscreen on her back.
SPF 9000. She pops off and she uses it to like grab things on high shelves she can't reach.
Or like she dropped like the TV remote between the couch cushions.
But like the point she makes when she does this, it's so funny. She's just like, someone who doesn't know about what my thing is, you think people would be afraid of it, and they might even attack what they don't understand. And Suletta's like, this makes perfect sense. I understand perfectly. It was all for my beloved daughters. So she kind of hand waves a lot of it away.
Literally. She'll just take it off and just like for extra oomph, like she'll just like take it off for like extra hand waving.
Yeah, I mean like because I understand what she's saying kind of like on paper of, yeah, people will definitely be afraid of the things that they don't understand. Excuse me. But at the same time, it's also like a weapon of war, and I think you want your enemies not to be able to understand it. Now, certainly, I think that she probably could have just said, it's because Gundams are illegal. Yeah. And so it would have been like, yeah, okay, cool. Sure, makes sense too. But this answer she gives to Suletta clearly seems to appease her, and she trusts Mommy, I guess.
Yeah.
Mommy knows best, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is just like Tangled.
At least she's actually letting Suletta outside. Like she's letting Suletta touch grass.
Right. Yeah, that's true. She's no Mother Gothel.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. We do see Gwell at some point in this episode. He kind of just gets bullied at camp. Yeah. Like he's still chilling there.
It's like he's just trying to just vibe, and I don't know, he just wants to vibe and make Gorp, and yeah.
Gorp Jaturk.
Yeah, that's his cousin. That's his brother's name. His other one. He doesn't.
Yeah, his second brother.
Yeah. He goes to school in Space Canada. You've never heard of him.
I think you mean Neo Canada. But Shaddiq comes up, and Shaddiq runs off the bullies, and basically he just kind of offers Gwell if he wants to join Grassley House, he can. Clearly seeing value in we learn next episode Shaddiq schemes quite a fucking bit. And I think he just mainly wants to be able to use Gwell's piloting skills.
Yeah.
That, and then just if he gets in good with the heir to Jaturk, that's good business too. Like, clearly, I feel like Shiddin is honestly on a higher level of like business acumen than either, well, definitely higher than Guel, but I think he's honestly better than Elon is.
Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to be better at doing business than Elon.
He doesn't go to school. He stays home and watches the fucking Pioneer Woman all day.
No, I didn't say Elan.
Oh, Elon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, again, I mean, fucking literally any student at Cassia is better than that fucking
it's
dweeb.
like, I mean, he's certainly better at it than Alan. Like, let's just call Elan. Let's just call him Alan, so it's like less confusing.
I'm still probably gonna call him Elon because, like, I think I know in my heart of hearts I have absolutely no reason to mention the name of the real life freak Elon. I think they. Let's see. God, what else? I feel like there's a lot that happens in this episode, but not at the same time, not really. Because like most of it's just like, oh, they make the company, yay, they did it. It's nice seeing all of the Earth House kind of like work together on this.
Yeah, like they're vibing. They're like friends. I love them. Like
I love honestly all of them.
I love all of these little business people.
Lilique is like writing out proposals, and Martin is or what is it? No, I think like Lilique is meant like scheduling, and Martin's doing the proposal. No, maybe Lilique does finance. Anyway, we know Till does the art, and I don't know what Aaliyah does, and I don't know what Nuno and Ojello do either, but they're mad at each other for a little while, and I don't remember why. It doesn't really matter, because they're fine at the end of this episode. But the last main thing that...
Like, don't sweat it, y'all. Like, y'all are in business. Like,
yeah, you're a teen business person. Give yourself a little bit of a break. The last main thing that happens is... They are like able to get their kind of articles of incorporation together, saying like, "Hey, this is what we're doing as a company," because they agree to use Gundam as medical technology and not be like Lockheed Martin, which is, hey, good for you, kids, you made the right choice. But they send the application to the school, and the school like accepts it, but the Grassley goons, the GGs, the Grassley girls, they kind of like are able to alter the application because they can't verify the safety of Gund format. And they're like, all right, we'll let you be a company, but we're going to take all your assets, so the Gundams are ours now. Which seems kind of fucked that you could just do that.
I'm pretty sure that's something an actual business is able to do, but I don't know.
Damn. I guess actual business is fucked up then. Hard to say.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I don't do business. I'm fun. Like, I build Gunpla stuff. Like, who has... Like, the last time I talked to him, like, I don't think I've ever knowingly talked to somebody with an MBA before.
God willing, you'll never have to.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's probably good for the first episode. I feel like there'll be some interesting things in the second.
Yeah.
Which takes us to Witcher Mercury episode 9. If I could take one more step towards you. As Gundam's business proposal is altered, Miorine talks to Shiddin about the new arrangements. Miorine will only remain the company figurehead as Grassley runs the company proper. Obviously, she rejects this proposal and challenges Shiddin to a duel, but since Lauda Neil is the remaining house lead for the dueling committee, he is able to set up a duel that greatly favors Grassley House, a 6-on-6 battle against Grassley's best pilots. Earth House is unable to recruit anyone outside their own house, and they only get a few Zawarts from Pale to fight with, so when the duel begins, 4 of their pilots are defeated right away. Even Choo Choo is taken out when she is overwhelmed by the Grassley girls. Ariel is on his last legs in the fight, and after the Grassley suits fire Antidote, an old anti-Gund weapon, when Suletta talks to Ariel, apologizing for making her do all the work and stepping up to the plate herself. She makes the permet glow blue instead of red and goes absolute sicko mode on everyone, winning the duel with the help of Choo Choo firing one last shot at the Michaelis. The company is saved and Shiddin finally gives up. This was an insane fight. Oh my god.
They're playing Fork Knife.
They're motherfuckers are playing Fork Knife. Is 6-on-6. I guess it's kind of like a Pokemon battle if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. So the main thing to talk about here is that battle, because it's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like, we see new mobile suits, which is the most important part. Wow, cool robot. We all know it. The Grassley girls, I wrote their names down. So there's God damn it, where are they? I wrote all the fucking names down too. Okay, Sabina Farden is the purple hair one.
Pardon.
Out the gate, very funny name. I can't wait to meet her cousin, Eleanor Shiddin. Renee Costa is like the blonde twin tails that everyone loves. Irisha Plano, she's like the anxious stuffed animal holding one. Maisie May is like the bubbly green-haired girl, and Hanao Jazz is the blue-haired one that doesn't really have any like personality traits, it seems. She's just like the other one. She just stretches a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
We see her like in yoga poses and like stretching in the locker room.
Just randomly doing yoga everywhere. Like that's her thing, I guess. Like
she's flexible, but all five of those girls, they're in this suit called the Big Ear Pent, which is I don't really like it that much.
Yeah, so, like, it's like they didn't put the blue cheese on it.
I don't think the colors are as interesting as the Big Ear Bew to me. It's basically the same as the Big Ear Bew, only like the arms and legs are roughly the same, but it doesn't have like the weird like back skirting the Big Ear Bew had. It doesn't have the big balls, which I don't give a fuck if you don't have the big balls on it. Like you're nothing to me now. Sorry. It does have this cool shield and it has these two like kind of tubes that pop out of the back shoulders. And the colors are basically the exact same thing as Janemba from Dragon Ball, which is interesting to me. It's just purple and red, which is a color scheme I guess you don't see that often.
It's like Magneto colors, but like not Magneto colors.
It is Magneto colors. That's a better way to put it. But the Michaelis is what Shaddiq pilots. And this does have that blue cheese. This is like the exact same color scheme as the Big Ear Bew. It's definitely like the true successor, I guess. It's like all white. You have the cool purple glowy accents on like the upper thighs and the shoulders. I really like the face visor. It's in this kind of like a cool diamond shape. And it just has like a fucking Mega Man buster on its right arm.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool, and I like that it like pops out. It like turns into a big claw on a wire, and yeah, it's on a wire, so I'm just gonna hoot and holler and clap every time I see it because you gotta.
We stand the wires here.
I really like how many wired weapons G-Witch has. Yeah, I feel like every major suit has one.
Yeah, it's a very like I know like Ariel's big thing is like it does have like those shield bits, so like. Like, but like I think that like having stuff on wires is just like so underrated.
Yeah. Honestly, Incom's wired weapons, they're just fucking cool.
Yes.
It's like I can't psychically manipulate bits of metal in space, but I can throw something attached to a rope, and I think that's worth a lot. But the main thing that the Michaelis and the Big Ear Pentes can do is. They have this thing called antidote. And antidote is stored in the balls, I guess, is what I mean to say. Because this is the same weapon that Big Ear Bayu used back in the prologue to, like, shut down Gund.
Yeah, that's what the secret blue cheese dressing is.
We put antidote in the blue cheese. So, it's like, when it gets revealed, I think it might be Eleanor, or I guess Prospera now, who notices and is like, wow, this hasn't been used for a long time. So, like, this is old technology. Grassley's just, like, kept that shit up his pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
And it does work. Like, we see it shuts down Ariel's Gund bits for a hot minute. And, like, all of them can do it. So I guess that was, like, the purpose of this duel. Of all of them just, like, popping the antidote and just kind of, shutting Suletta down while they can, like, go in for the kill. But... really interesting to me that like they have this, that they can do this. I'm wondering. I'm thinking about it. It's cool though. The duel's really good. I like that like Suletta tries to recruit Guel at one point, and he's just like, no, goodbye. I'm not gonna do this.
Oh come on, we all know you want to duel. Like
he's gotta at some point, right?
Yeah, it's like it would be a shame if you didn't like even like. Consider it, like, yeah.
I mean, like, Guel says he's not doing it. He's honoring his father's wishes. His father forbids it. And Suletta's like, oh, so you love your father as much as I love my mother. Awesome. Guel does not like hearing this, but he just kind of walks off. But we also learned that like Vim wants he's like basically like expelling Guel from the academy. He's like, yeah, we're kicking you out. Like, I'm just gonna set you up with a business associate of mine so you can learn a job and just like stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
So
like clearly this is not working for you. Like here, like just go get a job. Like
yeah, and I mean the funniest thing for me would be if they made it so Guel could hang out in Earth House in Gundam Incorporated and have that act like a fucking like diplomatic immunity, like international waters. He can't be taken out while he's inside another company.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, I'm already busy here.
I would love that. Like, we need more Guel. Guel has like, there's no world in which Guel doesn't join Earth House, right? It has to happen. I'll feel crazy if it doesn't. Yeah. And everyone loves Guel. He's like the best character of the show. Yeah. Let's see.
He is.
So there's Guel. We got Shiddin is just doing a bunch of shit here. Like, I feel like so often.
Like, at least I got my wish from last episode to have Shiddin actually do something.
Yeah, and honestly, as far as like this is a good episode for Shiddin, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because again, we see that his style of doing business is more. It's a lot of kind of like coercion and making trouble for other people so that he doesn't have to like do things himself and people will just give him and be like, all right, cool. Like we see his kind of way of trying to become the holder was just telling Miorine like, I'll protect you without actually like dueling or doing anything for it. So it never, he never was able to like get that title for himself. And he realized he's like, oh shit, I should have tried more. And Miorine's like, yeah, too little too late. Sorry, Buster. Bye. But again, I mean, like, I like that Shiddin is kind of the lazy kid here.
Mm-hmm. He is the lazy kid, and it's like, yeah, like, he just, like, I mean, I am just kind of like, ugh, like, like he's being a Shiddin.
Yeah. I think he's probably okay now. Like, it really seems like he's given up on, like, trying to fuck with Miorine and Suletta now. I think he's just gonna be like, alright, sorry, I'm a fool. But he, oh shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
I don't know either.
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, I like what we got from Shiddin. I think that, I don't know if he'll necessarily be an ally, because again, he is aligned with a different company. He's not aligned with Gundam, but like, I think he's going to end up being less antagonistic than Elon might prove to be in the future, for sure.
Yeah.
And we know Guel's going to join Earth House, which means that they're going to get like 2 of the 3 boys teaming up against Delling in the end when it turns into an all-out war in the second part of season 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Anyway, like, Lilik.
Oh my god, I love Lilik so much. She stole the fucking show this episode.
Yeah, she was just like, there was like that one girl in Renee who was just like so mad at her, and it's like, I know you're like trying to steal my boyfriend, Lilik. Like, come on.
It's so good. Like, so the first time they meet, like Renee like walks up on Lilik and is just like, all right, fuck you. I'm gonna kick your ass, and Lilik is just like, huh? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, she's very mad at Lilik and doesn't really know why. And it's revealed as they duel that Lilik stole number 12 on Renee's backup boyfriend list. And Lilik was like, he asked me to lunch and I said no. And Renee's like, so you make a mockery of him? It's so good. It's so fucking funny.
Lilik. What? Why are you, like, there's nothing, like, what are you doing?
That's so fucking funny.
I'm begging of you, don't take my man.
Please don't take my gun. Oh, fuck, that's good. Hey, Dolly Farden. Just like Sabine Farden.
Her great arbitrary number of great grandmas. Just like her arbitrary great grandma's Dolly used to say.
Good. Okay, speaking of a big number and great. Terrible segue. Fucking goddamn awful segue. But anyway, they're fighting, right? Just to completely cut to a different topic. When Suletta goes sicko mode, when she's like gets shut down, her arm gets shot off. She's okay. The Gundam bits get taken down by the antidote. She talks to Ariel and she like apologizes to Ariel. She's like apologizing that Ariel has to do all of the work, and says that she wants to do her part now. And she's like, "This isn't on my list, but I'll take this on for myself." And she's talking like not just at Ariel, but she says everyone. And as she says this, we see it like pan around to all of the different like disabled Gundam bits. It's looking more and more likely that these are actually like different people inside these things.
Yeah.
I am so intrigued.
Yeah. It's just like, hopefully we'll actually get some payoff soon, right? For like whenever this is, yeah.
Like, I mean, we have to. This is like the main mystery, but it's so crazy. And something happens with her turning the permet blue. And thinking back to the prologue, whenever people would like use permet scores and activate the Lefrith back then, they would get that red glow on their face, and Elon got that red glow too. The only person who got a blue glow was Suletta.
Yeah.
And it didn't make Lefrith glow blue, I don't believe, but this makes the Ariel glow blue. And like she powers like, oh my god, the bits go into fucking sicko mode. They do like the shield prism that the new Gundam can do with its fin funnels.
That is so cool. I love it. Like that is my.
This would be a really cool effect set to sell.
Yeah, like
just a bunch of transparent blue triangles.
That would be so.
I'd buy it. I'd fucking buy it for sure. But again, she's like communicating with her bits, and like Prospera sheds a tear of happiness as she watches this because they're live streaming the battle on Twitch.
And like Ghoul is,
but again,
watching, and Ghoul is just like watching a Twitch stream, just like on his little phone in the woods. Like, I mean, like, what is his cell phone plan like?
Oh, it's fine. He's inside Astacassia. They have reception everywhere. But like, she sheds a tear because I guess she's seeing a culmination of what she's been working towards, and she's like, "Oh fuck yeah, my daughter is overriding the weapon that killed my husband 21 years ago, not 12 years ago, like I originally thought." Like, she loves this shit, and this honestly reminded me a lot of that episode, like one of the later episodes of the original Gundam series, when Amuro kind of like goes Newtype mode for the first time, and when he's just like dodging everything and like counting all the guys he's killing, and just like he knows what to do, he knows what's going to happen in the future. Like, this is a genuine fucking Newtype moment.
Yeah, Newtype moment. Yeah.
It's a little scary, honestly.
It is. Like, things are really picking up, but like, again, like, I hope we are actually going to get some closure on this.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm worried that there's going to be some kind of drawback. Like, it didn't seem immediate. I would have expected like Suletta to actually get the fucking face circuitry glowies. But she seems fine. Like, we don't see any negative effects, so I'm wondering if that's going to come up later, or if just not at all. If, like, again, if Suletta somehow is, like, designed to be able to pilot Ariel just fine, and there won't be any negative effects for her. It's really hard to say what it's going to be, but, like, everyone is like, fuck, that's what a Gundam does? Uh-oh.
Like, we're just, like, feel like, since, like, I feel like, since episode 4, it's, like, we're just going up and up and up and up and up on a roller coaster hill, but now it's like we haven't like there hasn't been a drop yet, and it's like, okay, like, when is the drop going to happen?
We are going up and up and up and up. It's got to happen. I honestly do, like, since nothing's been revealed. So okay. We know what comes in future like episodes based on how they reveal the kits they sell, because you can pre-order the kits far before they show up. And at this point, I think the only kits that we've seen that are going to be for sale that have not been revealed in the show.
Mhm.
Thank you, Train. It is the Lefrith Thorn and the Lefrith Guardian, I think they're called. Honestly, the suits themselves look like shit. But the point is, like, the only thing we haven't yet seen is their Gundams. So I don't know if they're going to be made by Gundam or if, like, someone else is going to, like, you know, use Gundam technology to make a Gundam, and then it's going to, like, turn more into war is bad instead of school is bad. But
Yeah.
there's not much left, so I'm really wondering if there's going to be a big skip between part 1 and 2 of season 1 instead of between seasons 1 and 2. Because we don't know if we're getting a season 2 yet.
Yeah. And it's like, if this is like going to, and like, I guess like if we're doing that, I'll see you in like 3 years or something.
Well, no, I think so. When Iron Blooded Orphans did it, I want to say it was only like 6 months. Like, I think if they do a season 2 of this show, production issues permitting, like, it should start at the same time next year. Based on how they're splitting this season up, I don't know for sure. It could just be a show that's designed to be 25 or so episodes, and like that has happened before. I think G-Reco did that, so like it's not unheard of for them to just do like one Gundam season instead of 2, like they usually do. But I mean, you know, that's certainly getting ahead of ourselves and trying to predict what's going on. But like, hard to say. I guess my point is like it might just be like actual like war happening in like the second half, which I'm pretty fucking excited for.
Yeah, like they're finally going to do it. Like, yeah, they're actually having a war. Like, it's Gundam again.
It's Gundam again. I mean, it is Gundam now, but it's gonna be really Gundam because they gotta fight. War is bad.
And then it's just like, yeah, but like, I mean, I guess like we can't really see the future like that. I don't know what's going on.
We're not Suletta. We can't see the future.
Yeah. Newtype. I'm not a witch.
They also got 1.5 million views on their stream, which was really exciting for them. They're going to be a Twitch partner in no time.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Good for them. They everyone's posting like PogChamp in the chat as like Suletta goes fucking apeshit. God, what else? Again, there's a lot of fighting in this episode, so like I feel like there's less to actually analyze outside of pointing at the gun bits and saying, "Who the fuck are all of you people?" But I guess that's mostly really it seems.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Is there anything else that you want to discuss in the episode, Phoenix?
I guess might just be a short one this day. This is even more disorganized than the last episode because I guess like I didn't really have like a chance to really like watch it because I'm still having it's still like kind of like I was just kind of been like really out of it all week and
we're going through it. Shit happens.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
In the meantime,
looking up different voice actors in the show because I didn't really get a chance to do Beyond Toon World today. We could just cut it.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
Miuri Shimabukuro, the voice actor for Aaliyah from Earth House, also voiced Kiku Kamishira Kawa in Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrain. And that's the big that's one. Fuck, let me find like two more roles. We're doing this shit live. This is just like, this is just a lower energy. We're just chilling episode. Who's Till? This is actually a guy who has decently popular. Kohei Amasaki, born October 22nd in Osaka, Japan. He's number 329 trending on BehindTheVoiceActors.com. Oh, fuck, he was in Hitalia. Okay, alright. So Till's voice actor is Takaki Uno from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. He got out fine and has a sister, and he's chilling. He's alive. I'm so glad for him. He voiced Takeshi Hoshino in Mob Psycho 100, who's like the really pointy chin guy with a pompadour. He was a character called Papan in Monster Hunter Stories Ride On. I never watched that because it was very much for kids, and not like Monster Hunter video game, but he's Till Nis in Witcher Mercury, and also Arun Senna in Final Fantasy Endwalker. There's your government-mandated Beyond Toon World for the week. Again, we're just chilling this episode.
Yeah, we are.
So, hey, Phoenix, question for you. What's that robot of the week?
Last week we were talking about like Charlie XCX, and I just brought her up offhandedly. Like back on her album from like 2017, like Pop 2, there's like that song called Fembot, and it's about Charlie XCX being like a sexy robot. So I guess my robot of the week is Robot Charlie XCX from Robot Charlie XCX from the song Fembot from the album Pop 2. So yeah, that's my robot of the week.
Fuck yeah. I like that one song that she did that was called Break the Rules. Remember that back? That was like, that was like 10 years ago almost.
That was like back before like she went in like that hyperpop direction. That was like from the same episode. Again, like I was talking about this last episode. That was the one where like that was the one with like boom clap on it. That was like that era. Like I would have still been in high school when that song came out.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, like, I guess, yeah, I listened to one of her albums. I listened to How I'm Feeling Now, and I thought it was alright. Like, hyperpop's not necessarily for me.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible. I didn't hate it. I guess the main thing is listen to Magdalena Bay. I don't think it's hyperpop, but it's really fucking good music. And they showed up on, like, all of my friends' Spotify Wraps this year, so...
Yeah, like...
Get in early, be a hipster about it.
Yeah, like mine, it was, like, pretty basic, but then it was like, okay, this is, like, 3 Lady Gaga songs, and then, Beyond the Time.
Oh, that's a good-ass... That's a good-ass song. I like the saxophone solo. It's a good song for a movie that I don't think was that good. But you can listen to that fucking 3-hour episode of this podcast if you want. In the meantime, we're going to wrap up. So, Phoenix, where can we find you on the internet?
Again, I would like to plug my Tumblr this time, because I'm not really too sure about how stable Twitter is going to be for the foreseeable future, but my Tumblr is at DestroyScytheHeck. If you're still trying Twitter, it is at Full Fringle. It's like full frontal, but you spell it like Pringle. And that's about it. Now, Max?
I'm on Twitter at MaxyBajillion. I'm on Tumblr at MaxyBajillion. I'm on Coast at MaxyBajillion. My other shows are Pot of Greed, the world's #1 and only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast sponsored by Kaiba Corp. That is on Twitter at Pot of Greed Cast. Holy fuck, we are finishing GX. When this episode goes up, like tomorrow, the 5th, we will have, I guess the day after should be our penultimate episode posted. And then next week, we're going to like finish the whole damn thing. I am very excited. I can't believe that we did it. You also listen to Slappers Only and Nevermind the Trollocs, two sort of defunct podcasts. They're just on hiatus while one, we get our shit together, and the other, we wait for more Wheel of Time to come out. And thank you to Noisepace.xyz for hosting this show. You can go there, check out all of my shows, many more. This show specifically is on Twitter at WowCool Podcast, co-host as well at WowCool Robot, I think. I just had it set up just in case, and I might not need it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Discord links are in the episode description and Twitter header. Come hang out with us and say hello. This winter will be really fun when we all get our G-Witch Gunpla and we all get to post images of it. And what do we always say, Phoenix, to close each episode?
School is bad.
Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go.
Bye-bye.